King Hamurabi by Richard Hauser, a video game for the Bally Arcade, Astrocade. This game was published in the Arcadian, February 1980 issue. It also appeared again in Best of Arcadian 1980. This is the cover of the Arcadian 1980 issue. This is Hamurabi as it appears in the newsletter. When it was released on tape, it was called King Hamurabi. This is a 2-page program. This is the second page of it. You'll notice that there is some writing on these pages. This actual article or newsletter belonged to Richard Hauser, and I think he made some corrections and changes to it, but there was nothing wrong with this printout. This program appeared in the Best of Arcadian programs 1980, and it appeared along with some other good programs like Ogello and things like that. I personally hadn't played too much Hamurabi until the last couple of days, and I enjoyed the program. This is the program submission letter to the Arcadian, and this is the standard review sheet that Richard Hauser used, and he calls the game an economic simulation. The opponent is the computer. The game length is 10 to 20 minutes, and the controls used are the keyboard. He also notes on the bottom here the variables that are used, which are pretty handy, because if you go through the program, you can kind of figure out how it works knowing what the variables do, and you don't have to figure out for yourself. Here is some more information included with the tape, I believe, and here you can see the true name of the program is King Hamurabi, and he explains what the program you're doing and how you're controlling and selling land and things like that. And he also has the documentation and for the program, including which routine to do what, where, and when, basically. And then there are 4 pages, and here's the first one of the program, and he printed it all out by hand, or listed the program out by hand. Here's page 1. This is page 2, and I actually have a printout of this, and it's just as effective. It seems to be the same. This is page 3, and finally, this is page 4 of the program. In this video, you're going to see this. About 12 minutes into the video that I recorded with my son, all of a sudden, about 12 minutes in, like I said, to about 18 minutes, which is how long the video is. So the last 6 minutes has this green stuff on the side. I'm not sure why it's there. I've never seen it before when I've done a recording, but I wasn't going to re-record everything again. And while it's kind of annoying, hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. If it does, skip ahead and watch something else. Alright, let's get going with the video. Today we're going to play a game called Hamurabi for the Bally Arcade, also known as the Astrocade. This game was written in Bally Basic and later changed over to Bally Basic. And we're going to get it started right now. So first we're going to have the game loading, and as you can see, it's starting to load. My name is Adam, and
my name is Dominic. I'm Adam's son, and he's been wanting me to do one of these podcasts for quite a while. And when I told him I've been playing a lot of Civilization, he said he had just the game to show me for the Astrocade. And so he mentioned Hamurabi, and yeah, we've been playing it since yesterday. It's been a lot of fun, and we're here to show you what it's like.
And this is not actually the podcast proper, but we're going to be recording a video on how to play.
Fair enough. All right.
So let's see if you can remember how to start this game.
No,
you got it.
Okay, I just didn't know which one it was going to be. And just go at this point?
Yep. And now we've got King Hamurabi by Richard Hauser.
This beautifully detailed title screen.
Hey.
So yeah, in every game of this, you always start with your 100 people, 3,000 bushels of food, 1,000 acres of land, and then that next number is your bushels per acre land value, and that's a random number between, 17 and 27, something like that.
Yeah, I think 17 and 26.
So since it's relatively expensive, we're definitely... we're definitely not going to buy any land, and also a little bit of land to have some surplus food. You always, in this game, want to have a little bit of food left over.
And in this game, your food is equal to your money, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Your food is really the only currency you've got in this game.
Yeah, you use it to barter. And why don't you explain a little bit about what's going on here?
So at this point, I'm choosing, how much I want to feed them. We discovered yesterday about 20 food per person gets you some decent results. I want a slightly bigger number just to be safe and not end up with any deaths, which will happen. You'll see on the next screen. Births or deaths or immigration, that kind of thing. And
birds or births? What are we talking about here?
Same thing, because I believe both pronunciations are acceptable. So I'm gonna
birds. Birds fly in the air.
I said birds.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm planting the full number of crops I have. One crop takes half a food. So this should diminish my food by 950 divided by 2, 425, right? No, 475, I think.
I don't get this part exactly.
So my food has gone down because I planted crops. It does not seem like how many crops you plant has to do with... Ooh, a lot of rats ate. How many people you have in your kingdom. So land...
And Dominic here is the king for 10 years, and each year, we just played 1 year, and and in that 1 year you're allowed to buy food, plant your food, and see what happens.
Exactly. So, same price, sadly. Actually, I think that's the only time I've seen the exact same price between two screens, but there's that. So, no buying. I don't think I'm going to sell anything either. Just keep it even. I'll give out a little more food than last time for our greater population. And be sure to... It seems like as often as you can, you just want to plant the amount of acres of land you have, that exact number. That's the way to survive.
Yeah, I don't think they're... I mean, I guess you could always plant less, but I don't see why you would...
Yeah, well, if you don't have enough food to plant.
Or people, I guess.
As far as I can tell, people have nothing to do with how much food you can plant. Buy land. Yes, definitely. This is a good price. So I'm going to buy...
That's the cheapest... Well, second cheapest.
Second cheapest, yeah. So I think I'll splurge. That should leave us with enough food. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to kind of underfeed them. They're getting kind of big. I don't need this many people.
Oh, it's true. If you get too many people in this game, it's to your detriment, actually.
Yeah.
So now, after you enter all your stuff, the game... Oh my gosh, I guess you really
underfed them. But I'm not thrown in jail just yet.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good.
Yeah, if you do poorly in this game, you can have bad things happen to you, like you can get thrown in jail, and that's the end of the game. And the goal of this game is to score points. And at the end, you get judged from like 100 up to 600 points. And I think 100 or so points is considered really bad, and 600 points would be considered really good.
That seems to be the scale. Highest we ever got yesterday was 477.
When he says we, what he really
means
it
was Dad.
is me.
I don't... Wait, no, I should have...
You don't have enough people.
I guess there's some equation with the people that I can't figure out. Alright, let's try 1,000. See, we definitely have enough food to make that happen. But I've had very few people and been able to plant a bunch of acres. Well, let's try 660. Maybe it's 10 acres per person? I don't know.
Maybe. The rats. Dang rats.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Alright. No need to buy. No need to sell. Not that much. Hold on.
You're getting better at typing. Yesterday, every single time you typed, it pressed the key 2 or 3 times.
It sure did.
Which is a fault of my personal Astrocade, not a fault of Astrocades in general. Alright. This game plays a lot faster than the Bally basic version, which is what we originally played yesterday.
Yes, these load times are much nicer, so be thankful that's what you're watching.
Yeah. Also, when the game starts, you don't have to press go to 80 to start the game.
True enough, yeah. It seemed like the original version we were playing perhaps wasn't coded right or something. You would get the little title screen with the castle, and you're supposed to be able to press any key and it'll get started, but that was not happening.
Right.
So this one works as intended. I need a little more land, but I don't want to go too crazy with how much I buy.
And while we know there's 10 rounds and we sort of have an idea of how to score and stuff like that to get higher points, but really the instructions are very basic, and it basically says that you'll learn as you go. Mm-hmm. So, in fact, one of the versions of this game I noticed said that it'd be helpful to have a calculator at hand, which is what Dominic did
We
yesterday.
were doing yesterday quite a bit.
Yeah.
I could be doing it now, but that's going to waste the viewer's time. No one wants to sit here and watch a screen while I'm using a calculator.
Yeah, imagine just watching this video without any volume. What a boring game to watch. Yeah. So the reason we're playing this game is because I suggested to Dominic, since he's been playing a lot of Civilization 6.
6, the most recent one, yeah.
Yeah, that I was like, oh yeah, there's a game on the Bally Arcade that's got some roots, or that Civilization has some roots with.
Absolutely.
And what do you think of that?
I totally agree. I mean, like, Civilization is a lot more going on, but this is absolutely like one small slice of what you're doing in Civilization.
Yeah.
So it's cool to go way back in time and see what it was like on a much more simple machine, but still, it's honestly, the game's still pretty enjoyable. So I have a good time with it. So these sorts of management games are just kind of timeless, I guess.
Let's see, how's it? You only have 3 more turns, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is part of your 3rd turn, so you still got. You have exactly 100 people, which is where you started. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I might get 0 points by the end of this one.
The rats didn't eat very much this round.
All right, got a nice surplus.
Well, we haven't had any natural disasters happen yet. Like a couple
Yeah.
of things that can happen in this game is you can get the plague, which kills a whole bunch of your people, or I guess the king doesn't get the plague because he keeps playing.
Yeah,
His people get the plague. He's got on a mask that helps him out. You can have the rats, of course, but that happens every single round. You have births happen, deaths happen. What else can happen?
And then it seems like if you have a lot of surplus food after the round is over, that dictates how many immigrants you get. And if you have more immigrants than you have like natural-born citizens, the immigrants take over and you lose the game.
Yeah, it's true. They take over the country,
Yes, exactly.
which is kind of weird.
Some sort of political statement.
Okay, so now you're able to plant your entire acreage of land. So there is some connection.
Yeah, we can't seem to...
Oh, look at that.
We jinxed ourselves.
Oh. Do you want to play again? We're not going to play again. I think we're going to end our game there.
But if I'd gotten 2 more turns, I would have won, and you would have seen
Actually, let's
the
do a
end.
couple of the things that are kind of silly that we can show in this game. So let's play again. And let's see, where's... yes, so we're going to play again, and this time, let's sell all of our land right away and see what happens.
Oh yeah, this is when you start getting massive amounts of immigrants.
All right, well, not. I guess don't sell all of it,
Well,
but sell like
you gotta
900
leave some.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And now we're
So
gonna
we have just huge amounts of food. We're not going to use it all, obviously.
But we've decided, maybe do use it all. Should have tried to use it all.
I guess.
We can really screw up this game.
Next
Okay,
round.
okay.
For this one, we'll show the viewers just the crazy immigrants that we're going to get, because that's going to happen like for sure.
And it seems that the birth rate in this game is a value between 1 and 4. 50 people immigrated. That's the most I've ever seen, actually.
I think you were reading the code. That was the max number, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I've been looking through the basic code of this game, which like any game on the Astrocade, can't be larger than 1.8K. So the code is very short, and I was looking at the listing of it. This game was originally published in the Arcadian in 1980 or 79, and I would have enjoyed playing
So something that's nice, as far as planting acres of food, Dad was telling me that the Astrocade can't truly do decimals or fractions.
Right, yeah.
And so because a bushel of food is worth half a acre, you're actually able to kind of do 1 free bushel of food. So I've got 4 bushels of food, which should mean I can plant 8 acres. But if I try to plant 9 acres, it's going to have no problem with that.
You said that yesterday, and I understood what you meant, but I wasn't sure if it was... Hey, what did you do? Did you just use all your food?
Yes.
Oh, I guess you just got 45 now again, so let's see what happens. 144 people. Well...
So this turn will probably kill me.
And you're only 2 years into your reign.
Yeah, so next turn, I'm almost certainly going to be thrown in jail. So let's see how that goes. I guess I'll give out what I've got. I think if I try 45, it's going to give me a how. You always have to have a little bit of food left over.
Oh, not this time.
Oh, it doesn't give you a how where it freezes up and just, yeah. So I have to do 44.
Okay, oh, look at that.
But when you plant crops, you can leave 1.
Let's see what happens. I think we're going to get...
It's over. Yeah.
Oh, happened
Oh, it
again.
was immigrants, though. It wasn't that we got thrown in jail.
Let's see what else we can do to screw up this game. All right. I like that there is a title screen at all. It's pretty rare for an Astrocade game to have a title screen that isn't loaded from tape. All right, so let's give them 0 food this time.
Okay. I'll buy a bunch of land since we're not giving them food anyway.
Sure, why not? Buy 1,000.
Well, I can't
Or you
afford
can't buy it,
that.
yeah.
But I could afford, like...
200, 300?
Yeah. Oh, is that too many? I didn't do the math very well. Oh, I'm, like, just over, aren't I?
Yeah. You could
like
do 298 or something.
Yeah. Really?
Man, it doesn't like you. Oh, just don't forget about that. I just want to not feed people and see what happens.
Okay. Dad told me to forget about it. I did not. Here we go. This time, a number that it will, like... There you go.
Something about this version of the game that is kind of unusual is like, and I'm sure it was to save a little bit of memory so he could fit as much into the game as he could, but it doesn't quite clear the screen all the time properly. You see, like, you still will have the numbers left over from the last thing you typed, and in this case you have the B for buying and stuff like that. You had 100 deaths. How do we still have people?
Because 2 people were burned.
What?
Everybody died, but 2 kids survived.
So there's 2 children, and the immigrant who just came into the country is taking care of them, apparently. Or the king. I'm not sure.
So buying no land.
Wow. Let's see if we can get our population back up. That'd be kind of funny.
Let's see. You want to work for it?
Yeah, let's try to get some people
All right.
to come into the country. Yeah. We have plenty to do.
Give out food? I mean, I don't need to give out a tremendous amount.
Give out 100. Maybe it'll get a whole bunch of immigrants in. No, we don't want that, or do we?
True, yeah, we don't want to get... In fact, I should give out a lot of the surplus. Now let's see how people versus acres of land work. So I'm just going to try it. I have enough food to plant every acre, but I have barely any people, so this should give me a how, I think? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's try 300 acres. Still too many per person.
It's 2. I think the most you can plant now is going to be 6, but try 10.
10 should be fine.
Oh, dang it.
Because you can have like 100 people and plant 2,000 acres.
Already, that's it. Wow, look how many people came. 1 birth, so what's... What happens if we say no? I think it gives us some weird message or something. No. Oh, I must have pressed... Well, I did press no.
You did it right.
Huh. Hey, I said no, man. I guess the game is not giving up on me.
Now, this is something I've been interested in. This is a good high selling price. I'm just gonna... Not all of it. Enough to, You
mean selling land? You want to sell you're going to sell half your land right away in the first turn.
Yeah, but also give out a crap ton of food.
Okay. But then that's where you get people to come in.
And we'll see.
Now, I don't know anything about the game Civilization. Is there sort of an equivalent in this? In Civilization?
Well, every time you establish a new city, you definitely have to worry about where they're getting their food from.
Okay.
And you manage, like, different resources. You've got, like, wheat and rice and stuff that'll give you extra food. You can start building farms and all that good stuff. So, but it's not as intricate in terms of managing, like, person per person. That would be probably too much for a game where you're doing many other things besides farming.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do here? You're trying to give out a whole bunch of food.
Yeah, I just wanted to give out tremendous amounts of food and see what happens.
Okay. Not a lot.
Not very useful.
Yeah. Those rats. They don't. Do they in the end? You think make a lot of difference? The rats.
I've seen ones where you. Well, it seems like they only take from however much you grow. So if you have a big surplus, they're not going to eat from the surplus. They eat from what you grow. But I've grown like 5,000. and they take like 1,200. That's a decent amount.
I'm amazed at how much we're actually playing this game.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah. What else can we screw around in the game to make things happen? How many variables are there? I mean, what can we do? We feed people. We buy land. We sell land. Mm-hmm. We plant land.
We haven't tried having 0 acres.
Planted, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do that. So we're not going to buy. We're not going to sell.
Give out plenty of food. Most of it.
Okay. All right.
Will the rats eat anything if you don't plant anything?
-6. So people are leaving our country. They're like, we're going to go and hang out with the neighbors.
Interesting. So it seems like you need to have a nice balance of surplus. If you have too little surplus, people start leaving. If you have too much surplus, people start coming in. So you want to find that sweet balance of having just the right amount left over. Yeah.
I guess is there anything else you want to try, or are we going to close it out?
I want to have 0 acres of land that's workable. So you're quitting.
What did you do? Oh, so you sold all your land?
I sold all my land, so I'm quitting. And I think that's a pretty decent end to the video.
Well, look, this is the first time we've actually seen a score. After 10 full rounds, you actually get a score.
I think it showed it to that as well when we had the immigrants take over.
Oh, okay. Well,
if you're good enough, you can make it to round 10 and have a great time and compete for high scores.
So something I'm going to do is I'm going to halt the program. I always do this, and I'm going to list it out. So I'm going to say NT equals 0, so we don't have noise. And then I'm going to, we can talk a little bit if you want. And we'll say clear. And then we'll clear the screen. And list the program. This is what the program looks like. It's pretty small.
Fits on one piece of paper front and back, as we discovered yesterday.
Yeah. And this was archived, and it works well enough. This was actually also listed or included on a tape called the Best of the Arcadian 1980, which is the only Best of Arcadian there was, but there could have been several tapes for that. I actually have that tape in the garage.
So we could play it on the original source. Well, I guess not the original, but
we are
on on a different kind of source that didn't come from a laptop.
Yes, yeah, we loaded, yeah. I guess what he's referring to here is we're loading quote the tape, but we're loading the WAV file from my laptop into the Bally basic Astro basic version of the game.
So the Astrocade knows no different, but we do.
Yeah, it's true enough. It doesn't know the difference, and we are playing in real Astrocade. I have the cover off so it doesn't overheat and catch fire or something like that.
That's how you really lose at Hamurabi, when your kingdom catches on fire.
That would be a good one. I wonder if there's like other things like that, because this game originally came out much earlier than 1979. It came out in 1968. It was written for mini computers, and there might have been more things that could destroy your kingdom and stuff, but all that couldn't be included in the tiny little Astrocade version. But it's got plenty of stuff in there, so that's pretty neat. And here you got to see some of the actions that can happen. I think this is almost the end of the listing. Well, thanks for playing the game with me.
Absolutely.
Ooh.